Specification in the sense what is exactly the client is asking, and implementation in the sense what you have implemented out of that. How exactly the value that I have stored in the variable is changing from one part of the program to another part of the program. So that's what we are trying to depict in the data flow testing. So specification based testing in the sense we use black box testing. Hello everyone, I welcome all of you to the very interesting session on software testing. Yes, most of you will be having a lot of doubts. How should I prepare myself for the unit 1 and what are the topics that I will have? And if I study unit 1, so what are the topics or what are the concepts that I will be learning? A lot of nagging questions you will have. So for all those nagging questions, I will be giving the solution or the answer in this session. So find what is that I have in this session. In this session, I will be discussing the unit 1 in detail. So how exactly you have to study and what you will learn and what is there in the unit 1. So fine. So without wasting much of your time, let me get into the session. So what is that I have in the unit 1? The first and the foremost thing that you will start with the first concept, that is basics of software testing. So along with that, you will also see some of the examples. So fine. So what is that I will be studying in the basics of software testing? The first thing, the very important thing, I would like to call this as a prerequisites. So before you getting into the software testing, so you should know what exactly the basic definitions that I have. So what is errors? What is faults? What is test cases? So all the basic definitions you should know. And it's very important for 1 marker. Alright? So that is what you will be understanding. The second important thing that you will be learning, you will be getting a complete idea about what exactly the test case is all about. That's a very important topic with respect to the software testing, in fact. So you will be getting introduced to the concept of test cases soon after the basic definitions. So fine. After that, when you're preparing, when you're reading the test cases, you will also get to know a lot of different types of errors. So fine. After that, what is the next important thing that you will study? Yes, insight from a Venn diagram. A very important topic. So you will have to write the Venn diagrams. So I have spoken about this Venn diagram in detail in my sessions. So I will be speaking with respect to the specification and the implementation. So in short, specification in the sense what is exactly the client is asking, and implementation in the sense what you have implemented out of that. So this is what I will call it as a specification and implementation. When I take this, if I want to see how much, what is the requirement, what is the specification that they have given and what is that we have implemented, it's a huge process. So I will not be getting a clear idea on that for my software testing. So how do I solve this problem? So I will be going, or I will be taking a help of Venn diagram to solve this problem. So that's the concept that you will be seeing in this inside of Venn diagram. So fine, you have learned that. The next one that we have is identifying the test cases. That's a very important topic that you should remember. In fact, it's going to be a 7-marker question. What exactly that I will be learning in this? So you have 2 concepts. One is specification-based testing and another one is code-based testing. So guys, I will be able to identify the test case with the help of 2 methods. So that is specification-based testing as well as code-based testing. So I have spoken about this in detail. So specification-based testing in the sense we use black box testing. So what is there inside about the implementation, I will not have any idea. So that's what you need to remember. But so when it comes to the code-based testing, it's opposite to that. So that is what you will be learning in detail with respect to this. You can make a note of this. You can expect this for 7-marker question. And also after this, you will be learning which one I should have. So that's what they have given, specification-based testing versus code-based testing. So that's what you need to understand. So what is the advantage if I have specification-based testing and what is the advantage I will have with a code-based testing? So fine. So should I have both, or should I have specification based testing, or should I have code based testing? So all those things you will be learning in this part is what I would like to tell you. So fine, the next one, hope you are getting a idea and the connectivity. The next one that I have is all about the error and fault taxonomies. So taxonomy is a biology word. How come it is coming in the software testing? Yes, my dear students, we have come across different types of errors. So different types of errors. So for that errors, I cannot just generalize it and I cannot call it as an error. I have to specifically mention what type of error is that. So for that, I need to uniquely identify that. So what I'm doing, I'm classifying the different types of errors and I've given the name for that. So that is what you will be learning in the error and fault taxonomy. So what is that I should learn, sir? So we have listed. So in the output, what are the different types of errors you will get? In the logic, what are the different types of errors that you will get? So for that, you will be reading or you will be reading. So different types of errors that you will be coming across is what I would like to tell you at this point of time with the fault taxonomy and error. All right. So what is the next thing that I have? The levels of testing. So please understand levels of testing. So types of testing is different and the levels of testing is different. Don't get confused with this. So we have discussed 3 different levels. All right. So 3 different levels in the levels of testing. So please observe, it's a combination of 2 things. All right. So we have discussed that in detail. So you have to undergo or you have to learn the diagrams of levels of testing and you should be able to explain each level. We have unit testing and we have integration testing and also we have system testing. So you should be knowing why are we using this type of testing and this levels of testing and how exactly each one of them are different from one another. That's what you need to have the learning outcome from this levels of testing. All right. So fine. After that, a very important and the interesting pitch will start for all of us to play. So what is that? So guys, probably you would have studied and you would have come across with the concept called pseudocode. What exactly the pseudocode is all about? So all of you are pretty much well known to the programming. So all of you have studied 3 to 4 different programming languages by now. So how do I write the program with the pseudocode? That's what we will be knowing with this concept. All right. So you will be getting introduced to the pseudocode. Suppose, for example, how do I write the if statement with the pseudocode? How do I write the class with the pseudocode? How do I write the for loop with the pseudocode? So for each and everything, how do I represent that with the pseudocode is what you will be learning with this topic. So that's what the first thing that you will learn here. Followed by a very, very important thing that you need to remember is these 3 things. Guys, these 3 things will never leave you at all because this is the base for all our future classes. All right. So what is that then? So guys, we have 3 important problems which we have discussed. Okay. But sir, when it comes to our syllabus in the unit 1, what is that I have to study? Yes. So we have discussed the problem called next date problem. So they have given the problem statements and they have given the program in the Fortran language. Okay, it's almost similar to the normal high-level language. You don't have to worry much, and we have explained this in our video sessions. Please go back and check what we have done. Okay, what is that you need to learn from this? You should be able to write the program in Fortran. So for next date function. So that's what you need to do it. So apart from that, should I do anything, sir, here? If you ask me, no. You just have to learn the program. That's it. All right. So moving forward. So before that, I think I forgot to explain the triangle problem. A very interesting and important problem too. The same thing here also. So you will have the flowchart along with the flowchart. So you should be able to write the program for the triangle problem here. So fine. After the triangle problem, the most important thing that we will be discussing is commission problem. What exactly a commission problem is all about? What is the different items that I will be using in the commission problem is what we have discussed in the session of commission problem. So hope you will be able to understanding and you'll be able to replicate that as it is. All right. So I think it's pretty much simple for all of you. So here also I request all of you to go through the program, to remember so what exactly the commission problem is all about. Okay. So fine. Hope you will do that. And very, very simple. It does not ask you to put a lot of effort to understand. So ATM problem. So we got it as a ATM problem. So it's very simple as of now. So you just have to go through. You have different screens. How exactly the screen is operating is what you need to understand with respect to this. You don't have any program for this to remember. So this is one of the advantage for all of you. But when it comes to these three programs, you should be able to write the program. So that's a very important thing. All right. So this is what you will be doing with this. So moving forward to the next chapter in the unit 1, in fact. So here you will be getting introduced to the new topic that is decision based, okay, or decision table based testing. So what exactly I will be learning in this chapter, sir? If you ask me, so mainly you will be focusing on some 4 important topics. What is that? First and foremost thing is you will understand what exactly the decision table is all about. The skeleton of the decision table is what you will be learning in the first topic. Then when it comes to the second topic, so we have the test cases for a triangle problem. So please remember, decision table is not suitable for all the problems. That's a major thing. That's a major drawback that we have. All right. So I will be writing the test cases for the triangle problem. You have to read only the test cases for the triangle problem in this part. All right. So you will not be studying the decision table for the triangle problem. Only the test case is what you will be learning. Moving forward, when it comes to the next date problem or the next date function, so we will be understanding, and the best suitable solution to understand the next date problem is with the decision table. So we have the decision table only for the next date function. So you will be learning the decision table with respect to the next date function. So we have done try 1, okay, try 1, try 2, and try 3. So you should be able to write the decision table for all the tries. That is try 1, 2, 3. So we had some drawbacks with the try 1. So we will be overcoming from that, and we have done the try 2. So same way, we had some drawbacks in the try 2, and we have improvised that, and we have done the try 3. So whenever we are doing this, we have taken help of equivalence class testing. So I have done a video on what exactly equivalence class testing and what is the other type of testing that we have. So we have boundary value testing. So guys, I recommend all of you, before you watch this decision table testing, I recommend all of you to watch my video on boundary value testing as well as equivalence class testing. The title of the video was equivalence class testing versus boundary value testing. So I recommend all of you to watch that before you come to this topic. So you will understand why are we taking the help of equivalence class testing for this try 1, 2, 3, especially for the decision table is what I would like to tell you at this point of time. Moving forward, I have some of the general guidelines and observations. So it's just what is that you have learned out of this is what we have listed there. You just have to go through with that. So the last important topic in this unit that you should never skip, that's all about the data flow testing. What exactly data flow testing? Mainly it focuses on variables. How exactly the value that I have stored in the variable is changing from one part of the program to another part of the program. So that's what we are trying to depict in the data flow testing. So then what is that I will learn? What is that I have to concentrate? So guys, when you come to the definition, you have to know what exactly DU path as well as DC path. That's very, very important. So before you understand these two paths, DU path and DC path, you should know what is definition node and what is usage node. So this is very important. These 4 concepts you should never skip. So you will learn that when it comes to the definition use testing. So moving forward, so you will also learn what is slice testing. Slice testing in the sense, so you are going to break down the programs into small slices, which is independent, depends on the variable. Okay, so that's what we have called it as a slice based testing. So after that, you just have the guidelines, okay, and observation. So this is the complete unit that you will have to study in the first unit. Okay, so this is the hope this information is more helpful for all of you to prepare yourself for the first unit, guys. So we have all the videos in our playlist, and also you can access our Google Classroom, so you will get the complete materials with respect to this subject. So guys, by saying this, I will be starting my second unit in my next video, so don't forget to watch that. By saying this, thank you. Bye bye.